This is a story of a thoroughbred named It's How We Roll, and how its one-time owners, Brian and Wendy O'Leary, raised him, lost him, and got him back.
We got Roller, as we call him, we got him as a yearling down in Kentucky. Quite an interesting horse. He came out of the gate so fast, you had to ask the jockey to slow down and take his time. He didn't like the rail. He didn't like running between a crowd. So you'd ask the jockey to, stand up, let the field pass him, and then when he came off the bend, put him in the centre of the track and let him run home.
Down the centre of the track, in tight there at the rail, was Raincoats and Tuxedos. To the outside is Oro Vero in the red cap, flying weight. It's How We Roll at 21-1, the longest shot on the board. It's How We Roll got it done over Oro Vero and a show photo.
We made a decision to put him into a claiming race, and not thinking that anyone would be interested, and we put him in for a 32,500 claimer, and it was probably the poorest race he ever ran, but he also got claimed. So we lost him there, and we kept an eye on him for a while. He went out of form, and we kept an eye on him over the years as he went through a few different ownerships. And then finally watched him race in Penn State on 13th of December, where he ran a really, really good race, won well, and but did notice that he pulled up lame at the end of it.
I remember one night cooking dinner and looking down at my phone, and I see a posting from Need You Now Equine. And I always look at them. Tracy does a great job on rehoming horses and finding out everything that one might need to know to take on various horses that come through the feedlot. And she had been posting some thoroughbreds and the names of them and their pedigree. And I thought, well, I better pay closer attention. So sure enough, while I'm cooking dinner, I look down on my Facebook page and I see It's How We Roll. And of course, I immediately started to cry.
And said to me, oh my God, she goes, look at this. She goes, it's how we roll. So I said, what? She goes, it's at a slaughter plant. And I said, it can't be. And she goes, no, it is luck. And I'm saying, well, that can't be. You can't send a horse that's been racing for slaughter. So I said to Wendy, can you phone her? I asked her, if she could arrange it with the meat buyer that we purchased a horse back. When he got home, it was quite sad. His condition, first of all, for a horse that had raced in December, to be in such poor condition so fast. It's just nice to see him home. It's one thing if you hear this happens to a horse that you used to own. When it happens, then you have an opportunity to do something. It's even better again to go out there and be able to save a horse that's been, so nice to you in life, and really, he didn't deserve to be where he was.
When the O'Learys brought him home, he'd lost over 100 pounds. My equine dentist friend, Kevin Rundle, soon discovered that Roller's teeth were a mess, and his bite prevented him from eating properly.
What we're doing is these are the canine tooth. They aren't meant to chew up and down the way we do. And then it's just a matter of just making sure that he's figured out his new mouth over the next 6 to 12 hours.
A veterinarian's best friend is an X-ray machine. I just bought the latest IDEX machine. Now I need to know how to use it. Okay, well, Denise, I really appreciate you setting this all up for me and showing me how it works. This will be my first day using it, so we've decided to bring in a horse called Roller. And Roller has a very sad history of ending up at the meat market. And we are having a look at a knee that he's injured very badly on the racetrack. And it is going to be nice that we don't have to move him around much. We can take this plate to him.
So what's nice about having a digital system for equine is the fact that you take the shot and within a moment you've got a diagnostic image right there to view. You can do email from the system, provided you have internet connectivity. You can also make a CD and give it right to that client, and then they can give it to whomever to review to. All right, so as we hover, we'll go around, and that's the different body parts that are available for radiographing. So this is totally wireless, just like we had talked about, as well as our X-ray generator. It too is wireless. He's light and portable. and has a radio frequency built right in so that it talks to your system right away. So,
Yes, I love the weight of it.
at this point, we're pretty much ready to
Take some shots.
take some shots. Yes, ma'am. So your total setup time is, pretty minimal.
On the side.
Get him. There you go.
So I think we're going to do his left knee first. Okay, so we're going to do a lateral first. This is wonderful, not having cords to trip all around. So here I have my 2 dots, and I go until they're 1 dot,
Yep. And
and
now,
that's my perfect place. Yeah, just a little bit.
just a little bit,
I can
sweet
see
pea.
inside that joint more by a flexed.
Come on, sweet pea. Let me see your
Come
foot.
on.
Come on.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's a luxury to obtain a second opinion on a horse. I'm fortunate that Dr. Marc Desjardins has agreed to drop in. He's one of the best surgical veterinarians in the country. He really is sore in all 4 legs.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, you can tell he's...
He had a lot of cuts and scrapes from being out in the
Come here.
feedlot. That's a boy.
Does he lay down a lot?
He's been down a bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's sturdy enough
It's
in the
good.
morning that
yeah,
he
'cause
can
he's got
get down.
some ulcers on his hip bone on this
Yeah,
side.
he came with those.
Oh, okay.
He came with a lot of these marks. Their hair is starting to grow in now. So I think he was right in the feedlot. And he wasn't used to being turned out with so many horses, and of course got quite beaten up. He did, when he first came, he was so thirsty that he drank for
A while.
10 minutes straight.
Wow.
I did run some blood work on him, and his kidney functions are fine, so I think he was just dehydrated.
Okay. And now he's more pushy with us because
Yes,
he's
he was
feeling
much,
better?
Yeah, he was much quieter before.
Okay.
And now he's getting some good food and not a lot of turnout or motion.
And this leg you can lift for a few seconds, right? He's more...
yes. Now
okay.
he can stand on that left
Yeah,
leg,
yeah.
but and much better. It was very hard to assess the left leg because he could not stand at all on his right front.
Yeah.
He does have personality, and that was a big reason why Brian and Wendy wanted to rescue him from the slaughterhouse. So these are the X-rays we took. We have several views of his left knee.
Yeah. So what's happened here is there's a slab fracture, which means there's an entire component of a bone that goes from one joint surface to another that has separated from the main bone. So this bone back here is the main bone, the third carpal bone, where this used to be attached to. And as they race, you can tell that these 2 surfaces of the middle joint come together, and the pounding or the simple contact between the 2 can push the top bone onto this bottom bone, and it separates it like a piece of off a cliff in a vertical fashion. So this has come off. A lot of cartilage missing, a lot of loose bones. You can tell you've got some loose particles here. So it's very unstable. It's a definite possible surgery, but it's a very difficult, expensive, and painful procedure for the horse. We probably would put more horses down because of an injury like this than attempt to save them.
Well, we want to give him a nice retirement. For a horse that's done so much, you hate to see, anything bad happen to them.
We have a field full of retirees here, horses that have been good to us throughout their lives, and they get a good long retirement. So Roller's only 7 years of age. So, pasture sound is our goal at this stage. Maybe we can get him to where he can hack someday. I doubt it, but we'll make him comfortable and give him a nice retirement. You're spoiling him.
Mm-hmm.
What are you giving him?
Carrots.